Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to the latest chapter of Ars Magica, taken from the subreddit HFY. All the relevant links are down below, and please like, comment, and subscribe like any good minion of the algorithm would do. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. I would just like to thank the following Tier 5 patrons and channel members for supporting the channel: Fallen Angel, Buzz Kennington, Data Magnet, and Bob the Dragon. Thank you again. And now, on to the story. Chapter 3. Once again, I was waking up into darkness. This time, however, I was a slew of a couple different sensations than there were before. There was something leaking from my mouth. I was shaking uncontrollably. There was a log of things that had occurred, and I was wrapped in something furry. One at a time, Dave. Slowly, I felt around to discover that yes, I was surrounded by fur. Okay, worry about other things first, like, am I surrounded by fur because I was forced to eat that mushroom? Is there, like, a history log that I can look at? Log history. Oh, that brought up something. And it's a long-ass list from when I first got here. Great. How do I just imagine scrolling, and it does it. Sweet. And there's a little timer there to judge how long ago things happened. Nice. Now, I won't ever forget when something important happens, and here we go. History, 6 hours ago. Event, you've ingested a magical agent. Since this is your first encounter with a specific agent, you are undergoing an awakening event. There is a chance of death if you do not abort now. No known obstruction stated. Commencing body modification. No unknown found. Creation commencing. Creation finished. Body modification finished. Congratulations on accumulating a new affinity and surviving your awakening. For surviving your first awakening, you receive +1 con. Congratulations on unlocking your magical capabilities. For that, you earn +1 int. Warning. Bodily processes shutting down due to affinity influences. Estimated time of death. Time of death, 1 hour, 59 minutes, 53 seconds. Time of death, 59 minutes, 23 seconds. Time of death, 30 minutes. Time of death, 15 minutes. Event, you've ingested a magical agent. Since this is your first encounter with this specific agent, but also not your first encounter with a magical agent, you have a chance of gaining another awakening event. Success. Warning, if you undergo this awakening event, there is a slight chance of your existing affinity will be erased because of magical agent's nature. Abort the acquisition of new affinity. No known obstruction stated. Commencing body modification. Body modification finished. Congratulations on the acclamation of a new affinity. Congratulations on fixing your imminent demise by acquiring a beneficial affinity by chance. For that, you receive +1 luck. Congratulations on unlocking new magical capabilities. For that, you earn +1 int. Congratulations on unlocking 2 affinities. For that, you earn +1 whiz. Congratulations on unlocking conflicting affinities without the cancellation occurring. For that, you earn +1 whiz. Congratulations on surviving several hours near a predator without dying. For that, you earn +10 levels. For gaining a luck value of 25, you've gained the skill stacked in your favor. For gaining luck value of 50, you've gained the skill Lucky Influence. For gaining an intelligence value of 25, you've gained the skill Remembrance. Congratulations on surviving long enough to earn a level. For that, you receive 5 additional stat points. Congratulations on making it to level 10. At this point in time, you receive the ability to pick a class, based on your current skills. Alright, here we go. In short order, first I ate something that gave me a magic powers and some kind of, body modification, I guess. Then I was dying because of the affinity, or something. Anyways, after that, I somehow ate another thing which stopped me dying, and also gave me more magical capabilities. I earned a lot of things, like increases in my stats, as well as a few levels and glitched skills. I guess I got them because my base stats weren't, updated with the cloud or something until I leveled. Anyways, I also am near a predator. Wait, I'm near a predator? Crap, is that what all this fur around me is? I need to keep calm. Don't want to let them know I'm awake. I wait a bit to see if my sudden movement woke it up, but it appears that I'm safe for now, as this thing's breathing hasn't changed much. Judging from that, I think it might just be asleep at the moment. I think that what I'm hearing is snoring and that the movements it's making is its breathing. Also, from how I'm still alive and not being eaten, I can safely say that it might be alright. Okay, now that I'm more calm about the situation, what even is this thing anyway? Observe! Okay, it's a lone dire wolf. Crap! If it's got a special title like the others, I'm seriously screwed. It can easily kill me, so, why doesn't it? Well, it could just be trying to save me for a later meal. Then again, it could have killed me when it found out it just threw me in a hole for safekeeping. Plus, I'm not too sure, but maybe it helped me survive. It's the only reasonable explanation besides, bugs crawling into my mouth. Ugh. Gently, I poke the thing. It stirs before it lifts its head. Okay, yeah, it's a dire wolf. It's just looking at me right now, or at least it looks like one. To me, it looks more like a giant husky, but I'm not gonna argue with the system's designation. It doesn't look like it's hungry or anything. We both stare at each other for a bit before it starts unwrapping itself from me. That's when I realize how massive it truly is. I was sleeping nearly all on top of it. No, sorry. Him. Turning my attention away from that, I look up. My previous estimation was about right. The dire wolves here are about the size of a horse and, wait. If it's the size of a horse, could I ride it? Maybe, but I don't think I should try that, considering I haven't exactly, tamed it, I guess. Can it even be tamed? I don't have any food on me, nor do I have time to last its generations, so I guess not right now. Anyway, it seems to be just staring at me, and sometimes shifting its ears around at the slightest hint of noise. It seems a little on edge. Besides, why would it be coming this way alone anyway? Surely, if it had the entire pack following it, it might be heading out, but, it's alone. Why is that? Wait, do they work like lions do? If I remember a documentary from a while ago saying that males who leave the pack in an African savanna are usually forced to form their own pack. So do dire wolves work like lions? For now, I'll assume yes. That means that this one is all alone and probably will be for a while. And judging from how he chose to come this way, that means that this must be the way out. I purely lucked out on an exit. Guess that explains why my luck stat is 50. Although I don't even have the basis for whether that stat's a high or good level or not. I know single digits probably aren't, but what's the average if it can go as high as 30, if I remember right? A question for when I'm probably a higher level than Observe. That way I might be able to look at some of the stats. For now though, the only proper path is forward. I get up onto my feet and look around. Nothing seems to have changed. Then again, it's a cave, and I have a wolf near me. It's only natural most things would probably just leave us the hell alone. Looking at the wolf, I say, "Guess we're by ourselves, huh, boy?" The wolf looks at me curiously. Yes, whatever here is, animals are a lot smarter than I give them credit for. Dang though, I already missed the feeling of his fur on my skin. It was surprisingly smooth, so he must take care of himself good. Maybe if I, carefully. I approach him while looking any outward signs of hostility. Seeing nothing when I'm at least 5 feet from him, I put my hand closer to him. I remember that some animals need to sense the smell before allowing you to touch them, so this is probably for the best to get him to adjust to me. I wait for a bit before he actively moves his head closer to my hand and gives a tentative sniff with his muzzle before backing off a bit. Without a moment's hesitation, I put my hand on his head and scratch behind his ears. Before he raises his head back up, the moment comes and, from the moment I start to scratch, something changes about the wolf. Where before he was alert, cautious, and not necessarily seemed to care about me, now he leaned into my touch and was softly twitching. I started scratching him in other places, like under the chin and on his neck, where I could reach. He seemed to like all places, but eventually I had to stop. When I did though, his face seemed to be content, as his mouth was held with a noticeable grin. After a moment, he seemed to regain his senses, looked at me, and began to walk closer to me. He proceeded to nuzzle the side of my face before heading further into the cave. "You know you need a name if we're going to be hanging out," I quickly put out as I tried to keep up with him. He was quite at a longer gait. "How about Stein, like Wolfenstein?" I received no input, as I suspected, but I think this is probably the best name that I could come up for him. I mean, it's a pun too, so it works, you know. Anyways, while I'm following him, I need to check up on things that I need to do, and also maybe level up Observe a couple times. Hopefully, with it constantly on, when I could do it, will make it work better. Don't particularly know, but while that's happening, I'll put up my stats. Name, Dave. Race, human. Class, unknown. Level, 12. 0 out of 1200%. HP, 120. MP, 340. AP, 25. Strength, 7. Dexterity, 9. Constitution, 10. Intelligence, 34. Wisdom, 17. Charisma, 6. Luck, 51. Available stat points, 25. Okay, so for each level I gain 2 stat points, 1 AP, 10 HP, and I need 100 more experience to properly level up. Huh, neat. And how do I allocate these points? Do I just think of moving one to yep. Now I have 8 strength. Alright, allocate all my points to have 10 in any particular category below that. I have 17 points to spend. How do I use them though? I don't even know what does the stats represent. Wait. Help stats. Stats. Stats represent the basic traits in numerical form, as well as some basic information that some people might have access to if they have the necessary skill. Some stats may be invisible until you unlock specific requirements to view them. That didn't help. Maybe I need to do an individual basis kind of thing for all of them. I don't know. Class, the job, hobby, skill, archetype that a person resonates with the most. Level, a classification system that allows you and others to see how well you stack up against them. Gaining them allows you to upgrade your body, and also upgrade stats that you cannot improve through regular means through the various calculations. HP, health points, the amount of health heating power you need to recover from an injury. MP, magic points, the amount of magic you contain that can be used to cast spells. AP, action points, the amount of actions you can use for various abilities. Strength, stat that describes how physically fit you are, as well as is calculated with how much damage is dealt to someone physically and carrying capability. Dexterity, a stat that describes how well you can perform articulated movement. Basically, how much control you have over your own body. Constitution, stat that describes how much you are resistant to various diseases, curses, and other body debilitating effects. Also describes how well you can recover from them and, via a matter of calculations, determines your total health and health regeneration. Intelligence, a stat that describes how well you are able to learn and maintain a variety of information. Also calculates how much magic you can safely handle without various bad effects, as well as number of spells that you can remember. Wisdom, stat that describes how well you can use the information that you're given at any specific instance, as well as the information that you recall from your experiences. Also calculates how much experience you gain to level up skills, yourself, and how fast it recovers. Charisma, a stat describes how well you interact with other beings. Without appropriate skills, can only be used for basic conversations. Luck, stat that describes on how well the events go for you that you have no control over. Also, if anything fails, using the previous stat can be used to calculate success of certain actions. Cannot be added with stat points, must be earned through event based on luck. Only stats that can't be lost with age. Alright, guess if I get older, all of these stats might degrade. Makes sense, I guess. Plus, it's helpful to know that each stat is doing, even if they're not giving me the exact description of what they do. Now, I know what kind of things that I could base myself to do. Wait, should also check my affinities now. Magic. Magic affinities, decay, and life. Known spells, none. Those affinities seem, pretty weird to get. How do I find out what they do? Oh right, help affinities. Affinities. Affinities are domains of magic in which your body has achieved through various means. Affinities can affect what kind of magic your body can naturally handle. That doesn't mean that you can't handle other types of spells. It's just that these spells come more naturally to you and have their abilities amplified. Affinities can also affect how your body looks, and sometimes can cause effects to happen. Some beneficial, some not. For example, if you had an affinity of fire, you would have an easier time using fire spells, as well as have them be more powerful. However, they would also have a negative modifier on using water magic. All in all, getting an affinity is seen as generally a good thing to get, as affinities cause unknown bonuses to people's growth. Your affinities. Decay. Decay is an affinity not many can have without physical harm coming to them swiftly. This comes from a curse that all holders of decay will eventually have their flesh and bones decay and rot to dust. Not much is known about this affinity due to those who acquire it not having enough constitution to survive long enough to research it. Life. Life is affinity none can have for long. This isn't due to its rarity or the requirements to obtain it, but rather how the ones who hold this affinity eventually become no better than dumb beasts, thus making them unfit and them in the first place. This is mainly because of the false advertising it gets, as those who obtain this ability are filled with life. This isn't necessarily a good thing, as being filled with life usually means that growth begins to form in the users. Eventually, these growths become so big or numerous that the owner loses all higher brain function, and their existence transforms from one of the complications to one of simplicity. More times, often than not, those who have this affinity will eventually become creatures of life itself, mainly plants, gnomes, or other types of forest folk. The reason this kind of reaction is known to be caused by life's affinity itself is because it was recorded by Groud, the life god, and when he gave an apology for his affinity's power only once. I guess that explains why I haven't died yet. Got two opposing affinities, cancelled each other's bad effects out. Also, there are mentions of gods again, as well as, fairy tale creatures. I guess that ain't too far-fetched considering that I ate a magic mushroom a while ago. Note to self, never again eat a magical glowing mushroom. And again, never had a choice in the matter considering mind-controlling chemicals, or something. Also, nice to know what affinities actually do. So, if I get any spells relating to them, it'll be easier to use them. Nice. Also, don't know if my body is going to change at all considering my affinities basically cancel each other out, while giving me the benefits still. So we've been walking for a long time. Stein keeps looking back at me. I think he's trying to judge me or something. For a dog, he seems remarkably expressive. Should I, be doing something? Oh, he waved his head in front of him. He wants me to lead. Great idea. That way you could be in the back protecting us, while I'm in the front. Nice. I walk in the front while he slows to a pace in the back. At that point, I think I finally notice what's around us. The cave has gotten unnaturally dark. I can tell at least what's 5 feet in front of me, but beyond that, I notice something. There are eyes in the darkness. End of chapter. And that, my friends, concludes this video. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you do, please consider supporting the author, even by popping over and leaving a thumbs up or a nice comment, just to show your appreciation for the story. However, if you wish to support this channel, there are links down below which will help immensely. I will see you all in the next one, and until then, I hope that you have a fantastic day. Cheers.